How's it going, guys? This is episode 7 of Road to Grand Champ, and this is my solo Road to Grand Champ. The 2's Road to Grand Champ with Pashy90 will be coming out very soon, and we'll be starting that as soon as we possibly can, and that should be a lot of fun for you guys to watch. Now, I'm going to take it a couple days off just so I can start working on my 60k montage. I'm really close to having that done, and it looks amazing. So, it might not be as good as the 50k because I made 50k really good. Like, I really put a lot of time into that montage to make sure it was good because it's a big landmark. So 60k will not be as good as 50k in my opinion. I don't know, you guys like certain things. I'm not sure. I'm very critical of my own play, so I'm not sure what you guys like or what you think's better than something else. They're all competitive clips, of course, so it's hard to base it off that. If you're used to watching someone who freestyles a lot, it might not look as, appealing to you, but I know a lot of my other montages are pretty big hits and people like to watch them, so it's going to be similar to that. It's pretty much the exact same thing, except just new goals and hopefully better goals. Hopefully goals you guys will enjoy. It won't be as long as the other one, which was 6 minutes long of just straight clips. I don't like to do too much extra editing, but it will be a pretty good montage. Now, enough of that. I think it's time to get into the gameplay. So, this is our Superstar Division 4 game, I believe. So, we're really close to getting a champion already. And our opponents are actually getting a lot better now, and we're starting to notice that difference. So there, if my teammate didn't go up for that, I probably would have had it. I was more worried about him touching it than the actual ball going in their net afterward. So it was kind of a misplay from both of us. I shouldn't have went for the double touch if I saw him up for that, but he shouldn't really be going up for that in the first place. Pretty good air dribble over the two opponents there. So I faked the first one, I believe, and then the second one I was just able to get it over them. So using that fake at the beginning there made them both hesitate, and they both went up for the same ball. And that's one of the downsides of solo queuing. You don't know what your teammate's going to go up for, and you don't know what he's going to challenge. So a lot of times you will see double commits, and if that happens in 2s, there's only 2 players on the field, so it's normally going to be a goal against you, and that's exactly what happened right there. So just as a tip for 2s overall, I would recommend playing a lot more passive, especially if you're solo queuing, because you don't exactly know what your teammate's going to do. So the more passive you play, the better. That way you won't really have any overcommits, you won't really have any double commits, and all that stuff. So definitely playing safer is the best bet for 2s. So what I mean by that is, if the ball's in a corner, just rotate back to net, let your teammate get that and deal with it. You don't really want to go straight for that corner and get the ball, because it's going to cut off your teammate if he's going out for the ball, and that's when you see a lot of goals getting scored on you. So you just got to be a lot safer with how you play out your 2s in comparison to if it was 3s. That's why playing 1s is really helpful, because you do learn to play last man back situations very well. So if you guys are struggling with defending dribbles and such, 1s is a very good way to help you out with that situation, because 2s, it's going to happen very often. Like right here, it's a one-on-one situation. My teammate's still coming back. I dealt with it pretty well. I was able to get the ball into the corner, and it killed more than enough time for my teammate to come back, so I just let him get the ball. So you definitely got to be good at defending one-on-one dribbles if you're trying to get better at 2s and trying to play 2s. One-on-ones happen very often in 2s. Not so much 3s, but very often in 2s. Now this was pretty dumb. That should not have ever worked, but it somehow did. Now my teammate going up for that, quite risky. I'm sure you knew you can score it. That wouldn't really work in a higher level game because the opponent would have had a much better hit. But my teammate shouldn't really be going for that, simply because if he did get beat to the ball, I'm still in the corner like flopping around. I don't know why. And he's going to be all the way pushed up the field. So if he did get beat to that ball, it would have been a free net. So you always have to think kind of worst case scenario, I guess. There's always something you can do better. Now, even if you score a goal, there's always something you can do better. Now, that's how I ended up improving so quickly. What I did was, I'd play a bunch. If I'd win the game, I'd save the game still and find out when I got scored on and why and what I did wrong. So, even if you won the game, you still made mistakes. No one plays perfect ever. There's no player in this game that plays perfect. Even the #1 player in the world, some would say it's Cooks, whoever. Doesn't matter who it is. No one plays perfect all the time. Everyone has their inconsistencies. You just have to learn how to fix your mistakes, and you have to be able to address those mistakes. Now, being critical on yourself is much better than just thinking you're the best and you're better than everybody and you're above everybody. It's not going to help you out. It really isn't. So the more and more you really try to focus on your mistakes and what you're doing wrong, the better you'll get, and the more you'll be able to fix those mistakes and very quickly improve at the game. And that's how you see a lot of players rapidly improving, because they're really focused on trying to fix what they're doing wrong. And believe it or not, it's as simple as saving a replay, going back to a goal that you got scored on by, and then just simply looking at what went wrong. If it was your teammate's fault, sure, look at it that way. But even if your teammate did do something wrong, there's always something you could have done better. So if you look at it with that mindset, you're going to find all the mistakes that you're doing, and you're going to be able to fix up on them as quick as possible, and it's going to help you improve so quickly. I promise you right now, if you do it, let me know how it goes in the comments. I promise you, within the next couple days or weeks or whatever it may take, you'll find a large increase in skill and just overall consistency in general. It will help you out so much. I haven't been doing it as much lately because I really haven't had the time to do it and look over replays and stuff, but when I was really quickly improving, that's what I did. I looked over replays forever and ever and ever, and it really did help me out. Now, you get to that point where you feel like you know everything, and you know, what else can you learn? There's always consistency. Consistency is always going to be the biggest thing in this game. It's going to get to a point where everyone can do just about everything, and we're not really close to that point yet. Some people may think, what else is there? But there's still a ton of things you can learn. There's so many new mechanics coming out that people didn't even know about. I'm actually going to make a tutorial on one of them very soon. But there's a lot of mechanics people don't even know about still that could be used in certain ways in certain situations that people, they don't think about, because, you know, it's something that you're in the moment and you're not really thinking about something like that. But there is no highest level of this game, and that's why I love it, because you just have to be as consistent as possible, and that's what makes you the best player. And having the mindset that you're better than everyone's not really going to get you anywhere. So there was someone in the comments who asked, how long does it take to get this good? Now, by saying that, it can mean two things. I've spent about 5,400 hours in total on the game, between replays and just games played in general. About 5,400. I'm subtracting about 500 AFK hours, so I would normally be at around 6,000, but I'm gonna subtract, you know, a couple hundred AFK hours because that's realistic. So about 5,400, 5,300 hours. Who knows? That's a lot. It really is. But I didn't exactly use all that time directly into getting better. It was only in the last like 2,000 hours that I really improved. Now you have players like Fairy Peak, you have players like Devo who didn't have that many hours. They really didn't, and they got better so quick. It was just a matter of how fast you pick up the game, you know, just how you play in general. How you start picking up the game is just going to affect how you play in the future. Now, I played really dumb for the longest time. I was on PS4. I got the game when it first came out. The very first day it came out, I got the game, and I played ever since. I played season mode because the servers were down the first week. I was so bad. It was ridiculous. I was actually so bad at the game. And then I was playing it for fun at that point. I was just playing with random PS4 friends, you know, whatever happened, happened. And then I realized I can actually be good at this game. And I realized that like 3,000 hours later, after I was done messing around. And I learned a lot of mechanic stuff during the 3,000 hours prior, but it didn't really help me out until I really started focusing on my game sense and what I want to do and what I want to get better at. And that's when it really started helping me out. The more critical you are on yourself, as weird as it sounds, the harder you are on yourself, the better you'll get and the quicker you'll get. So that's the best tip of advice I can give anyone who's asking, how do you get this good? And it's not even a matter of me being good, because I don't think I'm at the highest level yet. I can be so much better than what I am right now. I have so much room for improvement, and that's what I love right now, is that I know I'm good, but I can be so much better still, and I have a long ways to go. So I'm definitely going to be focusing on improving in the coming months, and in doing that, I'll be trying to give you guys as many tips as possible to improve alongside with me. Now, that's going to be the first one, and I hope it does help you out. I'm sorry if I spent the majority of this video just ranting about that, but I felt like it needed to be said. There's a lot of players who are overconfident and think they're better than everybody else, and they're really not going to get anywhere unless they change that attitude. So I really just wanted to go about that and say it. So thank you guys for listening to that long rant, if you did stick around for this long into the video. I think I should go over the rest of this game now. So these guys are actually up 2-1 on us, and that's a pretty good touch actually. Half flip to get the ball up in the air. I wanted to touch this out to my teammate. He does a really good job to block that. I'm going to head back here and no boost. I realize my teammate gets beat to the ball, so I take a really, really risky way of going at that. That was probably the worst thing I could have done. I figured no one would be there, but I ended up just passing right to him. Didn't get the best flick. Really bad play for me to deal with that by myself, so I definitely have to work on what I did there. I should have just checked mid to see if anyone was there, and that would have been safer for me. Good try from my teammate to get mid. I'm going to take my time with this because I realize he's waiting behind the ball. Alright, I'll leave it for my teammate to clear it down. He gets a pretty good one. Good interference there from blue team to stop me from getting to the ball. Really close dunk. And a perfect follow-up from a teammate. So that was well done from him to recognize that there was a free shot opportunity and it wasn't really a dangerous ball to go for. So really well done from him to be there to score that. Alright, I kind of panicked on the cheat there. I could have probably had a goal, but I couldn't tell if the opponent was going to hit it or not. I tried to pop it up high for the teammate waiting on the other side, but couldn't really get the best touch to him. I just made it awkward, but I headed back, so it was alright. I attempted to go for a bump while I was going back. Didn't really do anything, but might have scared the dude. I just have to wait it out here. Teammates kind of pushed up, and they're both challenging him. That's fine. So as soon as I get a chance to go for it, I'm going to just pop it up high, make him do something. I almost get a shot out of that. Pretty close. Alright, so I know they're boost starved now. I'm just going to try to hit this back to my teammate. He gets a pretty good pop up high. So the blue guy actually does land on me. But it is alright, because my teammate does get a pretty good shot on net. So the blue guy lands on me, stalls me from taking the shot to begin with, and then his teammate did make a pretty poor challenge there. So if he did take his time on the challenge or just go straight back to net, probably would have paid off for him and they wouldn't have got scored on. Decent kickoff. So for these, I think I should just go back. Yeah. Alright, pretty decent idea for me there to go mid first pass. It was either turn and go for it, which isn't the best idea because you can cut off your teammate, or just go straight back and let them get the hit and wait for the opponent's clear back. Pretty decent dribble here. Almost got it on target, so pretty well done. So at this point, it's 3-3. We're just trying to get a goal, and my teammate actually does a really good job to get that mid. And in doing that, we were able to get ourselves a cheeky little goal to get ahead. Really well done for my teammate, though, to get that challenge on the wall, and it ended up bouncing perfectly mid for me. I should be more patient here instead of just going for that. I should recognize that my teammate's going for it. I think what I do need to start doing more is moving my right stick to check who's around me. That way I have a better idea of like who's going for the ball and so on. Actually, pretty good idea there for me. Really close shot. And it did a good job to catch the opponents off guard. Good challenge for my teammate here. I should just wait back, see what happens. Really good challenge again. Good job to kill tie from him. See, I have a lot more time with that. I don't know why I go for this. I should definitely take my time and just dribble it if I see my opponent backing off. Did work out though. We still have possession, but could have done a lot better with that and maybe even gotten a goal out of it. No worries though, because Kazama is going to carry me. You know, as usual, teammates just carrying out here. One of the weirdest flips I've ever seen, but it works. So good job from Kazama to do it all by himself while I was waiting back. No problem. This series is going to be getting carried by solo queue teammates. Episode 7. Because that's what I do. Get carried. Really good pass from my teammate. Not sure exactly what it did, but really good. I don't care. The ball came to me. That's all that matters. Like, perfect challenge. I don't know how the hell that bounced like that. I'll take it. Who wouldn't? Really good pass. So, I've been pretty fortunate with my teammates, to be honest with you. I haven't had the hardest time playing with them up until this rank. And when you get into the higher ranks, it's not that bad. You'll normally find a better teammate the majority of the games. You'll find a pretty good teammate. But I know on the way up, it could be frustrating finding certain players. The biggest thing is not to start an argument, because as soon as you start an argument with someone, especially at those low ranks, they start playing like, you know, like it's a joke, and they just start messing around, and no one really wants to take it as serious as they should be. And that's when you're not really improving, you're kind of just wasting your time. So being toxic, so to speak, toward your teammates during lower ranked games, it's not the greatest idea, because you're not going to win the game. After you start doing that, you're just going to start clashing with that person, and it really just isn't worth it. Alright, really close there. Trying to get a dunk into the goal, but chances of that happening are pretty low. Alright, so Kazama's just going to carry me, as I said. Just about no point of me being on the field at this point, since Kazama literally scores everything he touches. So it was pretty much a GG gents from the start. They did end up forfeiting, so it's going to cut the episode a little bit short. Anyway, I would just like to say thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you listening to my rants. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.